Welcome back to another episode in depression. We're tackling the hard emotions in life, the ones that can kind of leave us maybe hanging out in bed a little bit longer than we need to, or staying away from that social situation that we really may want to be in, but aren't really healthy enough mentally to be there. So, these videos on depression will hopefully help decrease your overall depression and by really providing tools to do this. And then increase your healthy behaviors again by providing tools to do this. Because if we don't know what tools will help with decreasing depression or increasing healthy behaviors, maybe that's why we've had a hard time doing that. So we're going with the area of self compassion still. And we're working on when compassion feels fake or cringy. And the theme is really getting past that resistance of having compassion feel fake and or cringy. So again, welcome back to Softening the Inner Critic. In this episode, we're going to get real. And let's talk about that awkward feeling the moment when you try to say something kind to yourself and it totally feels fake, right? Maybe you've tried some affirmations before, like, I'm enough, or I love myself. And your brain immediately goes, yeah, right, that's not true. Well, you're not broken for feeling that resistance, of course, and you're not too far gone. You're just doing something unfamiliar, and your nervous system isn't used to it yet. So today's episode is going to be about why self-compassion can feel cringy or uncomfortable, the fear of going soft, or becoming undisciplined, and how to find your authentic self-talk that does feel real to you. Let's normalize the discomfort and move through it together. So anytime we're trying to, decrease some behavior that we may not like, maybe like depression, anxiety, and maybe even some parenting stuff that we're trying to decrease that's not going well, and then we're trying to increase healthy behaviors, really that becomes very uncomfortable because we've lived a certain way. Maybe we understand things a certain way, and now we're trying to change things. And like a lot of things in life, where things get hard, they get uncomfortable. But in order to make them comfortable, we actually have to do them over and over again. And this is where these tools will come in place to kind of help you do that. So, okay, how can we move with compassion from feeling fake or cringy to feeling normalized in the end? Well, we can understand that self-kindness might feel awkward. So here's the truth that most people don't say out loud. Self-compassion can feel weird, especially at first. If you spent years or decades motivating yourself through criticism, then kindness will feel foreign to you and maybe even threatening. So why is this? Well, it's because we equate harshness with honesty. And we think if we stop being hard on ourselves, we'll stop trying altogether. But being cruel to yourself isn't what makes you strong at all. It's kind of what makes you tired. So try this reframe. This feels unfamiliar, not wrong. I'm not lying to myself. I am learning a new language. And compassion doesn't need to feel natural at first. It just needs to feel possible. That's really all we're looking for. So where's another area that we can move through the fake or cringy feeling of self-compassion? Well, we have the fear of losing discipline. So one of the biggest barriers to practicing self-kindness is the belief that it will make us soft. And you might think, if I go easy on myself, I'll never get anything done. If I'm not strict, I'll lose control. And if I stop criticizing myself, I will stop improving. But let's pause for a second here. Has self-criticism actually helped you thrive, or has it really drained you in the end? And has it made you grow or made you more afraid in life? So here's what research does show. People who practice self-compassion are more motivated, more resilient, and less likely to give up after failure. Why is this? Again, it's because they feel safe enough to try again. So really think about that, right? If we're giving ourselves self-compassion, and that doesn't mean that we're not doing the hard things, it's that we are being kind to ourselves and building ourselves up, then we're going to want to try again. But if we're trying to do hard things and we're being very critical of ourselves and we're putting ourselves down, it might be a lot easier just to not do those hard things, because in our mind we're already calling ourselves failures instead of calling ourselves winners. And we want to try to stay away from that. So, what if you said, I can hold myself accountable without shame? I can grow because I feel supported, not scared. And again, discipline doesn't require cruelty at all, and it can coexist with care. So, what's another area where we can practice this? Well, we can find self talk that actually feels real to us. So, let's make this practical in the end. If phrases like, I love myself, feel fake, try language that feels more honest, like, I'm learning to be kinder to myself. I don't feel worthy right now, but I want to treat myself with respect anyways. And this part of me is hurting, and I'm willing to stay with it. And I think it's still using honesty in our self-talk, but adding that compassion and that kinder tone to the self-talk, and coming at it maybe with a more logical approach as well, instead of a highly emotional approach. So you don't have to force positivity. You can speak in layers of truth. So try this journaling prompt. What kind words feel true enough for me today? And what do I wish someone would say to me? And can I say that to myself? I think that's also key here. Is sure, we want people to maybe say kind things to us or praise us or acknowledge, even the small stuff we do. But in the end, it's really us, the inside of us, where that motivation comes from, that we're noticing the small wins and we're saying those things to ourselves and not relying on somebody else to do that for us. So authenticity doesn't mean it's effortless, and it means it's aligned with your intention, even if your inner critic isn't on board yet. Remember, it's just a muscle. So practice, practice, practice. And just to recap, it's completely normal if self-compassion feels awkward at first. You're not too far gone. You're just unfamiliar with being gentle. And you can choose language that honors where you are without pretending. So in the next episode, we're going to explore body-based self-compassion, and how to soothe your system physically when your inner world feels loud or numb. So here's the comment section. And here's a question for you to comment below. What's one self-kindness phrase that feels real to you right now, even if it's small? And let us know where you are in this compassion feels fake or cringy area, right? Are you getting past that resistance? Is it really difficult? Do you not even know what to say to yourself? Love to hear the comment below. And remember, awkward is not the same as inauthentic, and it's a sign that you're stretching into something new. And that is actually growth. I'm proud of you for staying with yourself, even through the cringe in life. So here is another part that I like with my videos. It's where I get to add in about my journals and my children's book. And so in a world that moves too fast, what if you could create space to come home to yourself and help your children do the same? Start with the heart. The self-love, self-discovery, and self-discipline journal is your guided path to clarity, purpose, and showing up for a life that you truly want. You're going to have daily and weekly prompts that are definitely going to help you go deeper, stay grounded, and take gentle action. For when that anxiety rises, meet yourself with self-compassion. The Anchored in Kindness journal helps you calm your nervous system, understand your patterns, and find peace one breath, one page at a time. You're going to have thoughtful prompts, emotional mapping, and a safe space to soften. And for those little hearts you love most, meet Luna and Bravion the lion, a magical story that helps children find their courage, listen to their heart, and trust their own glowing spark. It's a story of bravery, self-trust, and emotional wisdom. And of course, at the end, there's also worksheets for the little ones to fill out. They may need your help doing so, but they're going to be able to work on understanding their own courage, their own bravery, and their own spark in life. If you liked this video, if it helped you at all, or if you know somebody else that it can help, please share it subscribe, and like.